Alright. Hello, everyone. We're here once again. With more Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice, Phoenix Wright. All trademarked in the little trademarks there. The third case. Last time. What did we do last time? Last time we, I believe we dealt with the stuff. Oh man, actually it's been a while. I don't kind of remember. No, it was the second trial day, and we said we were gonna channel the victim because we had nothing left to do, and for the first time ever, we thought, what if we channeled the victim? That's probably a good idea. Have we ever thought about that, Maya? And Maya's just like, yeah, Nick, no, we have never thought about doing that, no. Maybe we should have. But anyway, we're gonna do that now. Fuck it. We continue the right of turnabout. The damn thing is up in the corner. Not redoing the intro. Just get to look at that there. Look at my music choices. High Court of Crime. Accused lobby. May 12th. Sorry, Maya. But this was the only way. I know you never wanted to channel the fucking victim. Ever. In any of the games you've been in. You sure you're up for this? Thanks for believing me, Nick. Even though I don't know if my channeling ability is on point yet. Oh, right. Before she started training here, her success rate was only about 30%. I know you can do it, Maya. Let's hope she can. You sure you're ready? Yeah. At least I think so. You don't sound so confident. What about all your training? Training's one thing. Actually doing it is another. Oh, I see. Uh-oh. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Fuck it. If she fails to channel the High Priest, we're as good as dead. Relax, Nick. You can count on me. I'll show you what my training's done for me. This will be a moment you never forget. Oh, it'll be a moment. Alright. It'll be a moment we will never forget. This is what being a 3D model is like, Verde. Also, hello, Verde. Maya has lips. Actually, yeah, I guess you played this on the 3DS. I don't know. It's... Don't you know, once you get older, you get lips. That's just how it is. Were they just really pixelated? I'm not really sure. To be honest, I believe a 3DS is like, what, 240p quality? Okay. I just hope it's unforgettable in a good way. Once we hear about Inmi's story, I'm sure the truth will come to light. I hope so. But he was hiding the fact that he was a rebel, so... I doubt it'll be as cut and dried as all that. They're ready for you. Please return to the Hall of Justice at once! Thank you. Okay, Maya. I'm counting on you. I like the detail though that he disappeared from the background and came into the foreground and came back into the background. That's a nice little detail. You got it. Here we go. I mean, it would be awkward if he didn't. He'd just be they just cloned him for a second. Ahem. We've received official approval for the accused to channel the spirit here today. Now, if you will, Miss Faye, please proceed. Yes, Your Majesty. I can't believe this! All the creature channel spirits! Execute them! Put them to death right now! Thanks. You guys are really great. Love you. Come on, Maya, I'm counting on you. That's how I feel about all 3 trials so far, have been the entire peanut gallery being like, we don't like you! We're gonna chant at you and say how much we don't like you. It's like, why? Leave me alone! I guess they were really like, listen, we have voice acting now. We really want just people in the gallery to say things. I have been studying here in Karain for 2 years now, so that one day I will be the master of Karain, a village of spirit mediums back home. Now, if you were thinking, why is there a village of spirit mediums called Karain and technically somewhat separate from this country? I'm not really sure myself. I explained it last time, but I don't really know. It's kind of confusing. But first, I shall show you all the fruits of my training in your kingdom. Wow. She seems really confident. Huh. A neophyte practitioner such as you could not possibly channel a spirit. Okay, your benevolence. How about this? If I succeed, will you stop calling me a neophyte? Also, I want $30. Well, if you succeed... Oh, I will. Just you watch. Alright, start to glow like the Avatar. Actually, am I right? Oh man, that'd be sick as hell. Oh, spirit of tourist in me. Return now to the world of the living. She went by that very fast. I didn't press anything. Sometimes the text goes. Oh. Whoop! Hey, there it is! Hey man, what up? I was like wondering, like, how does it look if it's a dude possessing it? I'm glad they kept this detail. Man, mine looks really different in the new HD graphics. I'll keep this photo. Wow, what a cursed image here I'm seeing right now. Now those are some lips. You're right. Huh? What is this place? Oh my! No. This cannot be. Those lips. Palunka. Keep thinking it's Palunka. Sorry, please. Don't get channel spirits.
I don't believe it. The accused spiritual power is the real deal.
Go, Maya. I do not understand. This cannot be. This simply cannot be. I don't have $30. I must step out now before I forget myself. I have to ask my daddy for money.
What's in me?
Would this be the toilet room?
Oh man. It's looking really a lot like hell right now. This sucks. Man.
Thank you for the hair flip, buddy.
And what of this luxurious mane of hair? Is it perhaps a gift from the Holy Mother for decades of faithful service? Look, maybe it's not hell. I mean, I got this cool hair. But, I'm in a trial. Oh, man.
Oh, whoops, I forgot to read this thing.
But it in me? My, but if it isn't his high magistrate, have you, too, shuffled off to that mortal coil? You're about that age. Please do not count me among the dead. It is only you who has passed on. But the spirit medium Maya Fey has brought you back among us today. Why? Acolyte Fey has mastered the secret art of spirit channeling. I suppose that explains these gorgeous locks. When I pass from this world, I too hope to be channeled with a full head of hair.
That would be nice. Oh, hello, Briz. Oh my god, that is amazing. That's amazing. Pain emote. That is great. Thank you for gracing us with this funny little pain. Though it be the briefest of moments, I give thanks for this splendid coiffure? Coiffure? Coiffure. Oh, alright. Now what? Chat? Like, I don't know. Pain in the butt. Oh. I actually like the first pain New Pain's kind of a dick. At least the first Pain was like, I'm just doing my job, and I don't like Phoenix Wright. According to the dictionary, a person's hairstyle typically an elaborate one. I mean, it is kind of elaborate, you're right.
Praise be to the Holy Mother. However, this kimono is a bit too snug for my tastes. If you would excuse me. Don't rip her kimono!
It's gonna be very awkward when she stops channeling him.
Please, no. Yeah, that is better.
Could we get to his testimony now? And I wish he kept his top on.
Why, you're that foreign lawyer the people speak of as late. And is this not the Hall of Justice? Why have I been summoned here? Forgive us for calling you back from your eternal rest. But you have been accused of murder. Might we ask you to testify on your own behalf?
What are you doing? Are you good? God. Maya's body's gonna be in a huge amount of pain when she gets back in there. Yeah, gets back in it.
I've been accused of murder. That is troubling indeed.
What's with that crazy pose?
Is this really cause for such astonishment? Even the lowliest of monks can achieve such body control with proper training.
Oh, I wonder if will be able to do that someday. Let's not think about that. Let's not.
Will the defense please explain the situation to the High Priest?
I'd be happy to. Your disciple, Pere Zealot, has been murdered. It happened on the day before the purification rite. And the crime occurred in the rebel hideout hidden within the inner sanctum.
Collect Zealot? Has been killed? Who would do such a thing?
We think it's you. We think you did it. Someone who knew of the hideout and had access to the inner sanctum. In other words, you abandoned me. After all, weren't you secretly a rebel? Can you please stop stretching my assistant's body like that? Oh dear. That's still Maya's body. I hope he doesn't break anything. Oh no. Yoga class is canceled, everyone. I think it's right. It's starting. Wow, the High Priest is amazing. I think he had mastered such an advanced prayer pose. He's still worthy of our veneration, even if he's real dead. Praise be to the Holy Mother! Praise be to the Holy Mother! Would you all shut up?
Oh my.
My rebel allegiances have been exposed. Not even my wife knew of that. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Alright. Sure. You believe that, buddy.
It seems to rest in peace is not my fate.
Why did you, a devout priest of Cryanism, join the rebellion? Objection. The High Priest has come back to us for but a brief time, defense. Will we not cut to the chase and ask the most pressing of questions? Oh, right. Pardon me. The prosecution believes the one who slew both you and Acolyte Zealot to be Maya Fey, who had been playing the role of Lady Kira in the rite.
Being that I was dead until just a moment ago, my memory is a bit hazy.
I mean, I would assume so. I'd assume it's like right before you sleep.
Could you please do your best to remember?
Objection! The High Priest says his memory is hazy.
It is all coming back to me. It is as prosecutor Sadmati concluded. I was slain by none other than my affair.
Why are you lying? Why are you lying? The High Priest's statement has proven my assertions with regards to his murder correct. No! But what about Acolyte Zealot?
You were the one who killed him, weren't you? Hmm? I know not of my disciple's murder. Furthermore, I have an alibi of my own. Why would you lie when you're dead? You have nothing to lose. An alibi? Seriously? It seems the testimony the defense had been hoping for is working against him. Now, abut in me. Your testimony, if you please. Okay. He's bowing. Yes. Of course. Here we go. I have an alibi. I also have water. Chugging here, alright. I have an ironclad alibi for the time during which the murder took place. Just past noon on the day before the riot. I was entertaining guests at my home. That's true. We do know about the photo. And I believe my guests can corroborate this. One of them did. You had guests? Just past noon. That's right. About the time Zealot was murdered. Are you sure about that? Phoenix, we saw the photo. Absolutely. Come to think of it, Rafa told me about a spirit's memory. A spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death. So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time between the moment of its death and the moment of its channeled? Yes, and yet it clearly recalls all the memories it had in life. The High Priest seems to know exactly what he's talking about. So the question is, what would be the best angle of attack? Wait, Arnold pressing them? It seems like an ironclad alibi. There's nothing difficult about this. Or contradictory. Just gonna press this even though he's gonna go into the story right now. You use the word alibi as if it were second nature. Are you perhaps mocking me? Or is it perhaps the kingdom of Khurain itself you wish to ridicule? What? Why? Come on, everyone and their grandma knows what alibi means! We're not a bunch of country bumpkins here. We have plenty of courtroom dramas on TV. Phoenix, they know what the word alibi is. Is that why you... Is this the real thing you want to press? Come on, man. Peace, I say! Mr. White, would you care to clarify your last statement before I call you racist? But please, don't take it the wrong way. Also, with fucking music outside. It's barely picked up on the mic. Can you see the car outside? Is it driving one? Oh, thank God. Oh, really fucking car in just parked, decides to blast its speakers and then just stay there for a bit before he drove away. I'm sorry. Is that same car? Okay, whatever. Does not matter. I don't care. Sorry about that. Music outside was annoying. Anyway, it's just alibi is a rather technical term for a priest to use so naturally. I assure you I know how to use the term. In fact, I had even hoped for a chance to do so one day. I suppose that even I, a high priest, am not immune to such trivial worldly attachments. Oh, I see. Still, he seems unusually calm and composed. It's almost as if he had prepped himself for something like this. That would be insane. That the guy prepared to be channeled.
Hold it!
Guests. And you were entertaining them personally. That I was. We gathered around the table for a most enjoyable conversation. He said his guests could corroborate his alibi. That can't be good for our case. Are you sure that was the same day as the murder? Maybe you've misremembered. Ah! Do not doubt my mnemonic faculties. He made a very scary face. What's he doing? What's he doing? He's charging a spirit ball? A spirit bomb? I may have died, but my memories up to that point are crystal clear. Sorry. He's pretty thin-skinned for a priest. Oh, I guess I should have known better than to doubt his memory. A spirit's memory is... Why are we seeing this again? We just saw this! I'm not. Alright. Why is there a flashback of this all again? Ah, there's nothing better than enjoying Gingil cuisine with dear friends. That way everyone's breath becomes equally malodorous. Right. And I believe my guests can corroborate this.
Hold it!
But the murdered victim was also there, so what are we doing here? And who exactly were your guests that day? Don't tell me they were rebels, so they can't be called here to testify. It was none other than his majesty, along with his family. Wait, what? He couldn't attend the rite due to work, so he stopped by ahead of time. My, I always thought I was grown. Wait a second. Let me set the record straight right now. I'm not a rebel. Thank you for that wonderful meal about in me. Even though you're a dirty rebel, but you know what how it goes. Lady Inmi's cooking simply cannot be beat. Also, I'm surprised everyone in the crowd is like, yeah, he's cool, we love him. It's like, you do know he's a rebel, right? We've just proven that. The crowd doesn't make sense sometimes. So there you have it. What exactly was his magistrate? When exactly was his magistrate at your home? He was there from 2 to 3 p.m. Indeed, precisely the time period when an acolyte zealot was slain. How do you know that? Yes, and we had a rousing chat concerning a game of Kachu Damar. But... I'll just have that added to the testimony. After all, it was I who visited the High Priest's home. My guess that they were his magistrate. An ad was gonna pop up. I already played video to stop ads. Whatever. I guess that day were his magistrate and his family. They visited from 2 to 3 p.m. We have the photo. What the fuck? The Feast of Blessings before the rite. When was this taking place though? Did he have like multiple parties? I guess the guy's like, yeah, let's party multiple days. I guess we could press this. It's either that or thin white ice. Weather forecast. Unless this woman is...
Objection!
No, okay, never mind. I guess it's a different day. Let it go and move on, abandon the folly, you know how it goes. Blah 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 blah. Maybe I should press this, hang on.
Hold it!
Let's press this even more. Your magistrate, are you sure this testimony is completely accurate? I sure can be. Oh, how wonderful it is to finally have my actions be admissible as evidence in court. Its Majesty was at my home during the exact time period of the murder. Come, let us put this behind us. I could not have possibly committed this crime. How can you be so sure? What if the clock or watch you were using was off? Or you misread the time? There was a clock right near the table, and it had the exact time as my watch. Now do you understand, lawyer? Oh no, we just have to press it. As you can see, my alibi is airtight. This motherfucker went to 2 parties before his fucking death? Or do you still think I could have killed Acolyte Zealot? His Majesty's a witness. Are you satisfied now? There is not a single discrepancy about Inmi's alibi. If I give up now, it's all over. Slam. Now hold on a second. Is there anything wrong with his High Priestess testimony? There is. Why did you go to 2 parties? There is a discrepancy in the High Priestess testimony. There is? Well then, please. You could explain... Well, perhaps you could explain what that it might be. This is what was wrong with his testimony. He's too friendly with the judge. He knew the time of the crime. Yeah, too. We didn't tell him. We didn't tell him until he just got... We didn't say not much of anything to him as he just got put into Maya's body. After a bot in me was channeled, no one ever stated what time Acolyte Zealot was murdered. Now that you mention it. Despite that you claim to have an alibi from 2 to 3 p.m. That means you knew that Acolyte Zealot was dead. Ah, that means he said it. He did prop it up. Oh, I was right about that, but I was wrong about who did it. Hang on. I theorized that he propped this thing ready to be slammed when he opened the door. He probably invited him to go into the area, into this place, and then like as he opened the door, it just fucking fell on him and he died. So it wasn't accidental. When you were still alive. Oh! Oh! Wait, I think I saw something just now. Let's go. Oh no. It's not Transformer. Maya is topless right now. Goodness. No, I must be imagining things. So, tell me, how did you know what time the crime had been committed? Oh, is the game's gonna get rated AO. About that. Open your heart! Let the Holy Mother... something! The Holy Mother in! Huh? What? You've been blessed with the High Priestess' sacred words of prayer. All who serve her holiness must strive to banish worldly desires from their soul. Open your heart! Let the Holy Mother in! Purge your mind of greed! And stop. Why does it auto-skip that text? I'm swearing I'm not pressing anything. That auto-skips. I feel as my very soul has been cleansed. You can't fool me. Prayer may banish worldly desires, but it can't make a contradiction disappear. Yeah? Yeah, buddy? What you want to say? How can you be so sure? What's that supposed to mean? This lawyer seems to think little of the power of Kranist prayer. Huh? Who? Stop trying to chant at me. What are you saying? A bot in me was at home during the crime, but knew of what happened at the hideout. I believe this can be explained thusly. He must have had a way to monitor the hideout from his home. What? You never cease to amaze me, prosecutor. As you surmised, there was a listening device installed at the hideout. It enables me to instantly learn of anything unusual, even when I was not there. That's true. It is a little weird. If you're thinking about like, he doesn't. His memories are cut off from from his death. He maybe does the spirit then go to the afterlife? Do they not have memories from the afterlife? Can they not say like what happened over there? It's been a while. Sometimes we call in spirits like who've been dead for a long time, and then we're just like, do they not have memories of the afterlife? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, there was that one time we sent that one girl to hell. So, was she there before? Did she come back? I forget, but it's somewhere in the game canon that time doesn't pass for them in death. This is getting existential. What the game thinks of like, where did they go? Like, where did they go? Why don't they remember anything from after that? That's more of a spiritual thing, I guess. Which is like, whatever, I'll let it slide. Remember, the rebels had been using this as a top secret hideout. It would be perfectly natural for them to install such apparatus. An apparatus? Wait, come to think of it. When I was searching the rebel hideout... Yeah, probably just for like a few seconds. And I guess they just don't bring their memories of the afterlife with them. Or they just... I don't know. Even if it's been 50 years. There's something under the banner. A microphone? What's this doing here? Was someone trying to record something with it? How is a listening device? It starts recording whenever it detects movement. I heard just such a recording after His Majesty and his family left. If you look in the desk in my study, you will find the tape in question. All right then. Bailiff! Yes, Your Majesty. Who retrieved the tape in question from the High Priestess' home? At once, Your Majesty. So should we wait for them to come back? The power of kindness to prayer. Even a putrid brain such as yours should understand it now. It's like the contradiction really did vanish. We shall ascertain the content of the recording once we have the tape. In the meantime, I would ask a bot in me to continue with his testimony. Very well. Alright, I heard everything. He was entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred. Ow. When I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and woman quarreling. It sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zud and Acolyte Faye. Huh? After that, there was a loud noise, followed by a haunting silence. Uh-oh. Maybe he is telling the truth. Oh no. That must mean my... Okay, he didn't prop it up. It was her. It was probably believed. He did not know it was his wife on the other side. Oh god. And then she then went on to kill him. Well, this isn't good. I have to find some way to attack his alibi. If only Maya were here. But she's over there. She has a way of putting me at ease. Aww. But seeing her like this is only creeping me out. Well, the High Priest was a rebel. He was still a Christ holy man. Therefore, take care of your questioning, lest you invoke the ire of our people. How dare you suspect the High Priest? He's a rebel! Hey, the Holy Mother struck him blind! They don't make sense. The people don't make sense. And if this wasn't hard enough already... Nice try, but I'll step at nothing to find the truth. Cross-examination. I was entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred. Oh, am I reading this again? I always do that sometimes. Again, autopilot. You're entertaining His Majesty and his family during the crime. Indeed. My wife Billy was treating them to her wonderful home cooking. Okay. So she was there too. Your wife was there that day? Why, yes. She was in the kitchen, cooking up a storm the entire time. Come to think of it, I don't think I saw her at all that day. Uh-oh. Never mind. Never mind. She takes her culinary duties most seriously, you say. That is why she was in the kitchen cooking without pause the entire day. So the judge never saw Mrs. Inmate. Oh, he's protecting her. Should I have about inmate add that statement to his testimony? Yes. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. My wife Billy was in the kitchen cooking the entire time. Wouldn't she be tired? Taken during the feast of blessings, with the customary partake in Yingil. These dishes are only prepared during the feast, which starts at noon on the day before the rite and must be finished by 3 p.m. the same day. That isn't a completely incorrect statement. Maybe did she stay for 3? It says by 3 p.m. Maybe they finished early. I mean, it's not. Spring water was staying. That's another thing. Let's just keep going. Press this statement. What was your wife making that day? The menu that day featured hatin surprise and meltamot. They're both traditional Koreanese dishes. I can't even begin to imagine what those are or how to pronounce them. Oh, yes! Exquisite zest of hatin spice and the supreme texture of melted mouth. Oh, god damn it. Buns. Hatin spice. Hot, spicy. And then this was just melting mouth. Come on, really? Lady Inmi's cooking that day was utterly unforgettable. Thank you. It brings me great joy to know you enjoyed your meal. Now, once His Majesty and his family had left,
Hold it!
how could you be sure it was the defendant? You had everything from the recording. Indeed. Each night I would secretly check what the listening device had recorded. I would have been in serious trouble with my lovely wife had she discovered my secret. Oh, you would have, alright. Can you really tell what happened by audio alone? Long years of ascetic training have sharpened my hearing. It is but a simple matter of me to ascertain a situation by the sounds I hear. Practicing Koreanism improves your hearing? Hearing is but one of the senses it can improve. If one can focus to attain inner peace, all 5 senses can be sharpened. Why, the warbird over in the bazaar just cried. Did you not hear it? Give me a break. I was wondering if, since you did tweet at me, Still Monkey, that you were... no, you know you like my tweets. Sometimes you tweet at me, though. But, I'm so sorry. There was no notification. Is this still the same trial? This is still the same trial. I feel like I've been stuck on this trial for like a week. It did not help that I was editing the one last week. And, I was stuck on that one puzzle for 45 minutes. That was not fun. Sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zealot and Acolyte Faye. It sounded like, but you're not sure. Hold on. Are you sure about those voices? Was it really Acolyte Zealot and Miss Faye? Also, this is Maya Faye, channeling the victim. Which is, this guy.
So this guy is in her body. And it is as weird as you can imagine. Poor Maya's body, just fucking broken at this point.
I'd say that was the most reasonable conclusion under the circumstances. Or perhaps Acolyte Faye was an alibi that you can prove? I'm afraid not. And I suggest you make like a mollusk and clam up. Now I will continue my testimony if I may.
Oh, I was confused. yes. Maya did indeed channel the spirit.
After that, there was a loud noise, followed by a hunting silence.
Hold it!
Why am I rereading this again? Goddamn.
A loud noise. I'd say that's worth looking into. It was a terrible crashing sound. Poor Acolyte Zilot. It must have felt so heavy.
It must have been the sound of the stone slab falling over. Should I have him add that to his testimony?
Yes. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. I would describe the noise as a terrible crash. Boys a lot. It must have felt so heavy.
Hold it!
We didn't mention the cause of the murder, though. I believe that the terrible crash is You believe the terrible crash is connected to Acolyte Zilot's death?
Yes, the sound no doubt was poor Zilot's death knell. Such a tragedy, for he was a fine disciple. I would ask all here today to give a prayer for his departed soul. Zishere Matami Yoma.
Zishere Matami Yoma. Zishere Yatami Yoma.
I had high hopes for that young man's future. Zishere Matami Yoma.
Why do I feel like such a jerk for just trying to do my job right now? Again! He knew the details of the... We haven't told him shit!
Mr. Wright, do you still feel the need to question the High Priest? His alibi is as tight can be.
This is going well. I better ask him about something else. I'm curious about Enemy. Did you stop by the rebel hideout after his majesty left?
Yes. I thought it would be wise to assess the situation. But as I said before, there was nothing to see. The hideout appeared as it always had.
And the victim's body?
It was nowhere to be found. Acolyte Faye must have already disposed of it. Anything else incriminating?
So when you saw the rebel hideout, it looked like it does in this photo.
Yeah, so I would say that is how it appeared that time.
So the stone slab had been put back in place. Rebel hideout photo. A photo of the secret rebel hideout just as the bot and me saw it after the incident. Maybe he's not lying.
Mr. Wright! It is not time... Is it not time to concede defeat?
No, wait! I need just a little more time.
If you insist.
Oh, we can come back to this? Wait, he gave us new information and new... Bump? But it is just as a bot in me saw it after the incident. Wouldn't there be blood? Well, the luminal if we're going by the idea, then Maya put everything back, but didn't get rid of the handprints. The blood was still somewhat there. He was like, what happened to the body? It's gone. I don't think there's differences in here to what he saw. It's just he just saw it exactly like this again. Okay. So we added two statements. It's my wife believed was in the kitchen cooking the entire time. And described the noise as a terrible crash. Pours a lot. It must have felt so heavy. Wound appears to have been inflicted by the warbad dagger used in the right, but that's not what it was.
Uh... Zlot's autopsy. The cause of death was a spinal cord injury from being stabbed in the upper back by a bladed weapon. It's thought to be the Warbat dagger, the same weapon to kill the High Priest, but now we know it's not. It's the statue. Maybe the family photo can disprove where his wife was at the time? Or do we... How do we tell them that, yo, he has information that we didn't talk about while he was here? She really cleaned up all that blood? Sharp shooting feathers took pride in Lot's life. Also was a revolving door. Wait a minute. These dishes are only prepared during the feast, which starts at noon, and must be... We are talking about Maya. Does she have an alibi? Wasn't she here for this murder? I mean, think about it. We could have been talking about that the entire time. Although I guess we haven't disproved that. Either the family photo or believed statement. And it wouldn't contradict this, it would. Although it would be hard to... But we listen to what Phoenix says at the end of this. Without there's much more testimony I could wring out of him by pressing. I can tell the judge is growing impatient. There have been some changes in both the testimony and the evidence. That means there could very well be inconsistency somewhere. I've got to find it before he returns to Twilight Realm. Oh, thank you for redeeming hydration. Yes, I do. I'm getting thirsty. Kitchen cooking. Lord knows about the haunting silence. It must have felt so heavy. Let's just do this.
Objection!
Dude. Pardon me, you said, and I quote, pours a lot, it must have felt so heavy. Again, how do you know that that's the thing? Why do you think he felt something heavy? You said the hideout looked like it did in the photo. If so, there's nothing that would lead you to believe he had experienced a heavy feeling. Dude, why do you keep talking about things that we haven't told you? The fact is, of course, a stone slab did fall over onto Acolyte Zealot, impelling him on the Warbat statue behind him. But that was only revealed through Her Benevolence's divination seance earlier. Well, did the friends please get to the point? My point is simply hearing a crashing sound shouldn't have automatically led him to conclude the victim was crushed to death. I still don't see your point. I'm saying that the High Priest knew. He knew how the victim was really killed. Poor guy. That is such a horrifying way to go. Goodness. Why? And that is information only the real killer could have known. I definitely saw it at the time. I've got the High Priest's spirit shaking in his boots. Or should I say his sandals. Need I remind you, Abbot Inmi was with his majesty at the time of the crime. Such an alibi precludes him from being the killer. That's true. So he can't be the killer. However, he knew how Zealot was killed. Something only the killer could know. Can this discrepancy be resolved somehow? Oh, Mr. White! We're waiting for an explanation! I was just getting to that. To think of something... Time to think of something quick. The High Priest knew something only the killer could have known because... He heard it during the trial. No. He heard it after the fact. No. He heard it from the real culprit. It's his wife! He's covering for her. He must have heard how the victim died from the real killer.
Huh? The real killer?
Of course. That makes perfect sense. I don't want to believe it, but this is the only possible explanation.
So tell us, who is the real killer?
Well, all the pieces are leading to this. It's gotta be someone close to the high priest. Someone without an alibi. He created an alibi for her. The person likely to be Zealot's killer is... wait a minute, can't I? Is he in here? Ah, no, I was hoping the judge was in here. That would have been so funny. It's gotta be Nayuta. What happens if I just say Maya? It was Maya. This is who really killed Praise a lot. On second thought, I changed my mind. You're free to change your mind, but that won't change your punishment. You guys are already accusing Maya. I don't know why you had such an issue with me bringing it up. Anyway, it's it's your wife.
Take that!
Your magistrate, while you were visiting the high priest's home, you didn't see Mrs. Inme at all, did you?
No, I never saw her. But what does that have to do with anything?
Did the high priest ever leave your sight?
No, we were talking the entire time.
And the food was brought right to the room's entryway. So the high priest has an ironclad alibi. But his wife does not. What the devil are you insinuating? I'm insinuating that Mrs. Inme might have killed Acolyte Zealot. Woo! Whoops. Crowd does not like that. The crowd does not like that one bit. Neither does he. You have a lot of nerve making such a baseless accusation. I can assure you, it's quite based. She had no motive to kill Acolyte Zealot. He was like family to her. No. We can't entirely discount the idea. Especially if you consider that Mrs. Inme could have been the only one posing as Lady Kira.
Objection!
Oh, we're going. Oh, we're bringing that one up now, aren't we? We're ready to bring that up? Even a fool must temper his foolishness at times. Or do you truly believe Lady Kira would kill Acolyte Zealot? Though he was not a rebel.
Objection!
Objection! As we all know, the High Priest was secretly a rebel. It would follow that his favorite disciple could very well be a rebel too.
Oh, are you suggesting that Mrs. Inme killed her husband as well?
As sad as it is to think she'd kill her own husband to rid the kingdom of rebels, I don't think we can rule it out.
Oh, hold it!
Oh wow, got voice acting.
Oh, yikes, that was voice acted! You claim my wife is the rebel hunting Lady Kira, and that she slew both Zealot and myself? My lovely wife! That is utterly impossible! Oh, not again, yikes! I've never seen the High Priest so angry.
It is as Abbot Inme stated. And the accused has already been found guilty of his murder. It is far too late to overturn it.
That's right. Mr. Right. Apologize to the good priest before he gets angry again. Quickly. Now.
No, I'm not going to apologize. The true identity of Lady Kira is a major piece to this trial's puzzle. Admit it, Abbot Inme. Your wife, Lady Inme, killed you. Yet even now you continue to lie in an effort to protect her.
Hold it! How absurd. It appears the lawyer has forgotten. My lovely wife could not possibly battle the rebels in guise of Lady Kira, for we were blessed by her holiness and she is with child. Praise be to the Holy Mother.
I completely forgot about that.
that abominable Lady Kira figure who slew me and acolytes a lot was the accused. Wait, are we saying that she's evil or good? I'm not sure what the crowd's opinion on this is, or the entire nation's opinion that is on this lady.
This is bad, but I can't give up now. Don't forget, my client doesn't have the strength to fight rebels either. Yeah. And you don't know, she could be with child. Maybe. We could lie about that, right? How could a weak young woman like her possibly? She's just saying, she just calls from the grave. She's like, really, Nick? Weak? That's really mean, Nick. You foolish oaf of a lawyer. If only you were blessed as Lady in me. What? Surely the accused possesses the strength, or should I say the power. The power to battle those black-hearted rebels. What are you talking about?
My good prosecutor, I see you've come to the same conclusion as I. Such keen insight.
Oh, you diggy, she possessed the... Oh, goddammit. Maybe us, revealing that she could channel spirits was a bad idea. Then you have figured it out as well, about in me. May I ask you to explain it to this putrid-brained lawyer? Why could you just explain it to me? I'm not that dumb.
Certainly, for I cannot allow him to frame my lovely wife for murder. Foreign devil! Your Majesty, allow me to testify as to how Maya faced that murderous Lady Kira. Well, if it would assuage your anger, then by all means, please testify.
Yeah, I remember that. If you possess someone, you gain their physical properties, so... Could totally be her.
In theory. Let fate channeled Lady Kira's spirit. She is the spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it. So it was Lady Kira who returned to root out the rebels among us.
Among us.
She attacked and killed me with a strength far beyond any mortal woman.
But... Don't you throw that at me. Do you understand now? Murder by spirit channeling explains everything.
This is the only way the accused could have defeated the rebel after another.
No, one rebel after another. Is that what he said? Yes, one rebel after another.
Indeed. I am living, or shall I say, dead proof of her terrible power.
Maya's ability to channel spirits. It's come back to haunt her. Now it is not time to... Now is it not time to let it go and move on, Defense?
No, never. I'll never give up.
Now what? Think. How can I prove that Maya couldn't have channeled Lady Kira? Oh. Maybe we didn't know her real name. Wait a minute. Maya Fey is Lady Kira.
Let's just press all of these first.
My client channeled Lady Kira? Isn't that a little far-fetched?
Far-fetched, you say?
Don't you wave her hair at me.
But the very fact that I am here proves she has the power to channel spirits.
But you've no proof she actually channeled Lady Kira.
Oh, but I do.
Hold it!
Does she now? While it's true she may be capable of channeling Lady Kira, I doubt there's any proof she actually did. We are talking about the infamous rebel hunter here.
That modern-day Lady Kira has captured many a rebel all by herself, and among them have been more than a few great warriors. Who but the real Lady Kira could have accomplished such a feat? It would be difficult for a mere mortal. That leaves the real Lady Kira of legend as the only likely answer. Indeed! Is this not proof enough that the real Lady Kira of legend has been channeled?
Real Lady Kira of legend. That's an oxymoron if I've ever heard one. Then again, the people of Khura'in believe the legends to be true. Lady Kira is an actual person. Do you really believe that ever a woman... there ever was a woman that powerful? One capable of battling rebels. Much bigger and stronger than herself. Wow. Nick being sexist right now? She could do it. There's no way to prove that. But to doubt the existence of Lady Kira is to doubt Cryanism itself. Also kind of sexist, really. I mean, that's kind of fucked up, man. It is not for us to question. We must simply believe. Yeah, I mean, why are you being so sexist? What the fuck's wrong with you two? How dare you that the legends? I regret saying that you pull Kunan. That went by too fast. I won't get anywhere until I can refute their claims with some evidence. Far beyond any mortal woman. Strength far beyond any mortal woman? And just how strong would that be? You need but to look at the wound she inflicted upon my body. Though I had hoped to never think about that again. Your wound? It was pretty deep, and there was a tremendous amount of blood. And while Akaladzelot was rather small in stature, he was strong. Nevertheless, he was no match for the sheer strength of Lady Kira. My spirit channeling is proof that she's Lady Kira? This is not good. I'll have to prove she didn't channel the original Lady Kira. This one is maybe it, right? She knows Lady Kira's true name. Does she, though?
Hold it!
Whoops, I did not mean to press that. Now let's go to the images. Da, 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 da. Alright, let's see. Present. Tome of Secrets. A tome given only to the one who will play the role of Lady Kira in the purification rite. The priestess acting as Lady Kira's representative must know her name. That name is Imsan. Speaking its name is unforgivable. Lock this knowledge deep in your heart and devote yourself to prayer. Imsan. Did she know of it before the thing? When was it like said that she was gonna replace the priestess? Believe. That's the thing. If it was like a quick decision right before, then maybe she didn't read it in time. Shovel that area of snow, land to a broken wind guard. Sanctum Plaza. And Lady Kira, Hapadaki. Skipped prisoner alert. Weather forecast. And flesh. Such rumors are fueling enthusiasm for today's purification rite. Maybe we should just bring this one? Lock this knowledge deep in your heart. Devote yourself to prayer. But does he know it? I mean, he would, I guess. I mean, his wife told him about it. Might as well just try contradicting what it is.
Objection!
The Tome of Secrets is only given to the priestess who performs the purification rite. Is this your proof that my client could have channeled Lady Kira?
Yes, indeed.
For it contains the true name of Lady Kira, a secret only revealed within. Pardon me. Yeah, did you read it though? I'm afraid you're mistaken. This couldn't have been used to channel Lady Kira.
What nonsense! Mr. White, would you care to explain?
This is why my client couldn't have channeled Lady Kira. Actually, not sure about this. Oh, did you need a face as well? Was that a thing? Maybe I'm working on Death Note rules here. I think I made a joke about Death Note.
Take that!
Shut a face. Lady Kira's face is hidden behind a mask in the Tome of Secrets. You need both a name and a face to channel a spirit.
It can't be!
Just like the Death Note, without a face, it would be impossible for my client to channel Lady Kira.
Oh my!
Therefore, the claim that she became Lady Kira by means of spirit channeling is patently false. And with Lady Kira out of the equation, my client had no motive to commit murder.
But then, what's the rebel hunting Lady Kira we've been reading about in the paper?
Yes, who is the other suspect, if indeed there is one at all?
Let us hear the defense's brilliant deduction.
Think. The true identity of Lady Kira is the key to solving both murders. I thought Mrs. Inme was suspicious, but her pregnancy takes her out of the running. And Mr. Arabal is a rebel, so that doesn't make sense. Leaves us with,
Mr. White, you have to look again. The one where you have to say something, but you can't figure it out what it is.
This is my chance to really turn up the heat. I just have to stir a pot till something floats to the top. Your Majesty, I know who's been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira. I think I have some ideas, actually.
You do? Are you sure about that?
Yes. Completely.
I sense that I may regret this, but please go on and explain.
Thank you, Your Majesty. This is who's been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira. You'd have to have a face. That's the final cross-examination? I mean, you could pretend to be a woman. He's pretty strong. Widow of the victim, she usually plays the part of Lady Kira in the purification rite. That's not her? I'm actually not fucking sure. It wouldn't be rebels. Unless... if he wasn't a rebel, if he was discovered that he was hunting rebels, and then Believe probably murdered her husband, didn't she? That's what I think. I highly think that Believe murdered him. Because he's a rebel. He could be lying about the footage, but why would he lie? Could be her. She could channel spirits. I mean, she would have told us. She did. It's not her. So it's gotta be him or him. It's not her. That's what the game's telling me. So it's gotta be either Pray Zalot or Trust in Me. I'm gonna go with Pray Zalot.
Take that!
The true identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira we seek is... Pray Zalot!
What's this? The High Priest's murdered disciple was Lady Kira, you say?
What? Oh my god!
Peace! I say peace! The defense will continue.
Yes, Your Majesty. I whittled down the list of suspects until there was only one left. Objection. But a process of elimination is not the same as solid evidence. I assume you have evidence to back up your claim. Yes, of course. We'll have some in a moment, that is. At least I hope so. Maya wasn't Lady Kira, and neither was Mrs. Inme or any of the other possibilities. I'm assuming then this makes sense now. Lady Kira's warning. Do not perform the rite, I know what you are planning. Like, he was at the house. He did it. Because he was in there, he was living. Maya wasn't Lady Kira, and neither was Mrs. Inme, any other possibilities. That leaves Zealot, and I have evidence to prove it. The evidence that proves Acolyte Zealot was posing as Lady Kira is this. I'm assuming it's this, right? I mean, we don't have... It's not concrete, but it's pretty close to concrete.
Take that!
This is what proves Acolyte Zealot was Lady Kira. Lady Kira's warning letter. How absurd. What could that possibly prove? Prosecutor Sudmati. You stated that this warning letter proved that my client was Lady Kira, and the reason you gave was that the High Priestess' house was locked tight. But there was another member of the family who lived there. Therefore, Acolyte Zealot could have delivered the warning anytime he wanted. Yeah, the same proof. What is he talking about? That's just impossible. Or not possible.
Are you saying Lady Kira is not the culprit, or rather the victim?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But that would overturn the entire premise of this case. This trial has proceeded on the assumption Lady Kira was behind the serial killings. But if Lady Kira is one of the victims, who was the killer? What was their motive?
The only suspect left is Mrs. Inme. And there's only one possible motive. What if Mrs. Inme is a rebel?
What?
Uh-oh.
Fiend, you still bent on causing suspicion upon my lovely wife? Blasphemer! You have no evidence of this! Repent for your mistrust in your soul!
Objection!
Hang on, objection! Well, you have no evidence either. After all, your dagger with my client's prints on it wasn't what killed Acolyte Zealot. And the Plumed Punisher deemed that he heard could have been an alarm clock. That means all of the evidence linking her to the crime have been called into question.
Was Lady Inme a rebel?
And did she pose as Lady Kira to kill Acolyte Zealot? Was Acolyte Zealot a rebel? And was the accused the Lady Kira who killed him? I would say either scenario is just as likely. What are we to do now? We could just play Uno or something? Hold it! The alarm clock, you said. Do you mean the one in the rebel hideout? Yes, but what of it? So that's it. You can tell me it's broken because then that the recording that's about to come in is gonna disprove everything you're saying, or it's gonna immediately pin it on your wife because it's not gonna be the. I'm assuming it's not gonna be the what's her name? Actually, Plume Punisher. It's not gonna be the Plume Punisher team. It's gonna be the Steel Samurai team. What's gotten into him?
About Inme? Just what is so comical?
Forgive my outburst. That has simply tickled my funny bone. What did? The theme song came from the Plumed Punisher clock, you say? Huh. That alarm could not possibly have gone off. What makes you say that? The clock was working just fine the last time I checked. Try using your head for a change. Would not the existence of a secret hideout be given away if an alarm kept going off? Oh, wait, you don't mean... Indeed, we leave the alarm switch off at all times. No! But it's bullshit! I could just say, what? I guess you could say that.
Sure. It was off. In that case, I'm sad to say that the defense's claim does not hold water. Would you care to respond, Mr. Wright?
Oh, this can't be happening. Not now. Don't worry, we live and die by the recording that he gives us.
You should put an end to the lawyer's futile struggles. The theme song the victim heard was from the accused's strap, just as we suspected. Therefore, the accused is the rebel hunting Lady Kira, and the victim's killer.
I need an opening. Something I can raise an objection to.
That plumed Punisher theme song Accolades a lot heard in his final moment. I too heard it by way of the listening device.
But did you really? If you had heard it, why didn't you testify to that fact before?
Is it not obvious? I did not know such a tune could become a key matter of dispute. Yes, the matter of the theme song came up before Abbott in Me was channeled.
Oh, right. Well, that didn't stop him from bringing up things that came up before he was channeled before.
Well then, what if he's lying about the clock's alarm being switched off? Miserable wretch! That would be a pointless lie, one easily disproven.
If you check the clock, you will see that the alarm is in fact switched off. We turned it on, though.
Come to think of it.
What a fine item. In the switch, if I'm right.
Oh, she turned it on. Ah, damn it. And Rafa can testify to that.
We set the switch back to the off position before we left.
I remember hearing it clearly. That's a very weird statement to say, though.
We set it back into the off position. They could have just said we turned it on because it was off before, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Those distinctive taiko drums in the intro are etched into my mind. They went...
Yeah. Say it.
Da 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 dun 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 dun. Distinctive taiko drums in the intro. This trial has gone on far too long. I mean, it's been multiple days of streaming this. It's insane. Shall we move ahead to the verdict phase now? God. By all means. And let us also return Abbott in me spirit to the Twilight Realm. Before I go, let me say a word to my darling wife.
Objection!
We know what the theme song is.
Now hold on just 1 minute. Your Majesty. Yes?
The High Priest's statement is inconsistent with a certain piece of evidence.
It is? Still you arrive in defiance of your fate. The very sight reminds me of a tortured soul riding in flames.
You won't be saying that once I show you the evidence. Now all I have to do is pick the right one. This piece of evidence is inconsistent with the statement about the taiko drum intro.
First let's try the strap.
Take that!
This is what's inconsistent with his statement. My client's plumed Punisher strap.
What does it have to do with anything?
It plays the plumed Punisher theme song.
And here it is! The theme to the plumed Punisher, Warrior of Neo Twilight Realm.
Those are taiko drums! Although I'm not really sure what it is. That's a horn. A trumpet. It's a pretty good theme. Do you see what I mean? The music the victim heard in his final moments might not have been the plumed Punisher theme song.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What was it if not the plumed Punisher theme?
In his final moments, accolades a lot heard. The prayers of the people. The song of the dance of devotion. The Steel Samurai theme.
What a way to go.
Just as he's dying, it's like dun 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 da 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 da. Oh man, really? Is I'm gonna die? Da, 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 da.
There are no taiko drums in the intro to the plumed Punisher theme. So what Accolade Zealot actually heard in his final moments was the theme of the Steel Samurai.
warrior of New Old Tokyo. Actually, it would have been great if he played the Steel Samurai theme when he said that.
Peace, peace, I say, Mr. White. What is this Steel Samurai in which you speak?
The Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo, is an action hero show from America. Yeah, America. The Plumed Punisher theme is a total rip. I mean, it's whoops. No. I mean, is very similar to it. If you didn't know about the Steel Samurai, you could easily mistake the two.
But the fact that Acolytes a lot heard music from an American action hero show is irrefutable evidence that the accused was in the secret hideout.
Nope, no it isn't. Actually, no. You have it backwards.
Backwards?
That's right. Miss Faye met an avid Plumed Punisher fan here in Krain. And as a token of their friendship, she traded a certain Steel Samurai item she had for the Plumed Punisher strap.
And this avid Plumed Punisher fan was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot?
Yes. And that avid fan is none other than the High Priest's wife. Believe in me. Objection. Do you have an evidence to back up this claim, Mr. Wright? For as forgiving as the Holy Mother is,
I doubt she would tolerate yet another dose of your
baseless slander. I suggest you should prepare yourself to face her holiness' wrath. Oh, I'm prepared. To turn this entire case upside down, that is. This is my last chance. I better take a deep breath and review the evidence. Very well done.
Very well done. Please present your evidence, if you would, defense.
The evidence that proves Mrs. Inmi was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot in this is this.
Take that!
Here, this photo is quite based, sir. You can hang it up on your fridge. It's right here, in this family photo. Proof that Mrs. Inmi and Miss Faye traded items featuring their favorite characters.
Objection. A family photo?
What exactly should we be looking at here? I don't have a family, so I don't know what these are. Oh, well, that's a little traumatic, actually. The proof that they exchange items featuring their favorite characters is right here.
Take that!
Look at Mrs. Inmi's left wrist. You can see the Steel Samurai's trademark top knot right there. Oof. You really done yourself in with that photo. Which clearly makes this a Steel Samurai watch.
What? I never knew your wife had such hobbies about in me.
This family photo was taken right before Acolyte Zealot was murdered. By that point, my client had the Punisher strap and Mrs. Inmi had the Samurai watch. So what the victim heard in his final moments was none other than the sound of the watch Mrs. Inmi was wearing.
Hold it! I wish to amend my testimony. Oh, I thought we'll tackle jump to something else. I've never heard such a watch. I tell you, you must believe me, your majesty. Satara.
Let's not extend this any longer, my dude. You're lying. You liar.
Be not deceived by the defense's lawyerly chicanery.
Chicanery, huh?
I've watched Better Call Saul, sir. Now what?
He's been pretty quiet up to this point. What does he have up his sleeve? There's a big gaping hole in his flimsy claim. A big gaping hole? I don't think so. Oh no, I'm afraid it is there, alright. Just like the big gaping holes in your putrid brain. My brain is neither putrid nor full of holes. Are we talking about each other's holes, sir? I'm not a zombie after all. Huh, says the dead lawyer walking. who is narrow of vision. He who is narrow of vision focuses on what is before him, never seeing the big picture. Or as they say in your country, you cannot see the forest for the trees. For it, if it is as you said, and Lady Inmi, the rebel, slew Acolyte Zealot, the rebel hunting Lady Kira, then the rebel hunter would have been dead before the high priest was slain.
Oh, that means the high priest could not have been slain by the rebel hunting Lady Kira.
How could I have missed that? So tell me, who you're going to say killed the high priest now? No! Do you finally understand the sheer size of the holes that riddle your putrid brain? I'm in hot water now. I don't have any other suspects in the high priest's murder. You mindless zombie. You should have begun your journey into the Twilight Realm long ago. Now let it go and move on. I'm starting to think of a different theory, and it's kind of silly. It's very big top circus silly. If I swear it's that, it's going to be very ridiculous. But my theory is maybe during the prison break, somehow, some way, this little garb fell on top of the statue, and somehow, some way, just he ran up to this thing, slipped, and then just stabbed himself. No, that doesn't make... How would she be sleepy, though? No, she definitely did it on purpose. She definitely murdered him. How would Maya have gone to sleep during this entire thing? She was fucking tired as hell. No, I will never give up. I just need to think things through, and figure it out. Who really killed the high priest? I had to have to do it. And to surf my brain. If Acolyte Zealot had been Lady Kira, he couldn't have killed the high priest. So the question is, who did? Maybe I can get to the bottom of this by reviewing the events of this case in order. What evidence could tell me something about the crime scene before the murder? Nice testimony. The spring was stained red before the rite. Well, right, Maya said that the spring had been stained red before the rite even began. The spring was already red before the high priest's murder because of the zealot's blood. By zealot's blood. Zealots. That's right. Zealot had been killed in the rebel hideout the day before the rite. And his blood had flowed into the spring. That I did discern. Wait a second, the high priest knew that Zealot had been killed in the hideout. So why didn't he report it to the authorities? Because it was his wife. If Maya had been the killer, he could have easily had her arrested on the spot. Why didn't the high priest inform the authorities right then? To threaten Maya. To keep the hideout hidden. Want to keep the hideout secret. If he reported Zealot's murder, the authorities would find out about the hideout. That's what he was worried about. By going through with the rite, the high priest risked having Maya see the spring running red with blood. Why did he have to go through with the rite? Did he want to kill Maya? Set up the scene during it? I mean, he could have killed her anytime. And killing Maya would have just brought more attention. So not that. Set up the scene during it. It's the right to cover things up. He wanted to set up the crime scene to conceal the hideout. And how was he planning on concealing the source of the blood in the spring? He'd add into spring. He killed himself? He used his own blood? This dude killed himself to... What?
stained the spring with his own blood. He concealed the source of the blood with his own. That's how he kept the rebel hideout a secret. It's all starting to fall into place. I know who killed the... I now know who killed the high priest. It was... Bro, what? Dude was like, yeah, Torres stuff was a suicide. I can't believe it. The high priest took his own life to keep that rebel hideout a secret? Bro, maybe you could have thought of something else. I didn't even think it was that suspicious. He was just like, well, why is this red liquid? What is all this? And he's like, oh no, I don't know. No one went up there. I guess the prison escape did, but I mean, he was a rebel. He would have been like, oh yeah, no, I'll keep it a secret, buddy. We got here quickly. The high priest wasn't murdered by anyone. He took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. What? What? What's this? Bro, there were other ways. There were other ways to do this. Why don't you just deeply injure yourself and be like, oh, I did an oopsie. Maya, Maya, this is such a dumb way to kill yourself. Maya's statement is the spring water was stained red when we arrived at the intersection of the day of the right. I guess it'd be like, oh, well, you know, I died. So she's lying. I'm dead there. Obviously, I was dead. So yeah. It's not any weird other things and behind the hideout. No. Also, in order to get in there, you need like an orb, like, I don't know, man. Tomato juice? Fucking, what? This motherfucker jumped from, ah, shit. Water stain with blood. I guess I better go kill myself. Like, what? What is his logic? The high priest committed suicide? I've not heard of anything more absurd! Objection. The lawyer has placed a stain on the good priest's death with his putrid brain. Its putrid gaping holes are as large as the hole in his logic. What hole? You still fail to understand? You truly cannot see the forest for the trees. You claim the high priest took his own life. You considered who brought the dagger to the plaza of devotion? After the high priest was killed, the dagger was thrust into Acolyte's dead body. Only the accused Maya Fey could have done that. It is as the prosecutor sub-body says. Your claim is rather porous in its logic, and your evidence is too weak. You cannot prove that the high priest took his own life to conceal the rebel hideout. You're right. The dagger was impaled in Zealot's body. When his body had been placed at the plaza the previous day. Well, Mr. Wright, would you care to respond? Zealot's body was already in the plaza the day before the rite. But what if the dagger was also already in him at that time? The dagger was never at the inner sanctum. No, Taras died by a different weapon. Of course. That's it! What is it? There was no need to move the dagger. If he had already been stabbed... It had already been stabbed into Acolyte Zealot's body the day before the rite. What? So that means... what does that mean? It means the dagger wasn't the weapon that took the High Priest's life. Objection. But no weapon was ever found at the inner sanctum. If you will not listen to reason, then I insist you prove your assertion.
Show us what you believe the real murder weapon to be.
The real weapon. I've got nothing. But I know there had to have been a weapon there. Maybe if I think back on the trial thus far, I'll spot the clue I need.
Well, would the defense care to tell us what the real murder weapon is?
This is what really killed the High Priest. That's a statue in that photo there, but is there any... Yeah, here we go. The Warbat statue.
Take that!
What really killed him has been in the inner sanctum all this time, and his lethality has already been demonstrated by the late Acolyte Zealot. That's right. It was the Warbat statue.
You believe the statue claimed both the victims' lives?
You found that guy's life right there. Would you care to chime in, a bot in me?
No, he lies. I pay him no heed. Hold it.
What? It's the bailiff. He's back. Oh no. It's believe in me.
Lady in me.
Darling. Don't you think this has gone on long enough? It's time, buddy. Come on, man. You're gonna send an innocent girl to death because the rebel hideout's already been discovered. Come on, man.
Bleep. No. Your Majesty, my wife knows nothing. Please abort in me. Let your wife speak. Now, lady in me, please continue if you would.
It's that time again.
And what time would that be?
2:30 in the afternoon. The time my husband conducts his daily prayers. And the time Prai was slain. She played the theme song. It's a little tasteless. Just immediately played the song on her watch.
Not sound. It's...
Oh. She set up the alarm. The alarm is set up right at this time. The Steel Samurai alarm. I too like to pray at the same time as my dear husband. So I set an alarm to remind me each day. But I had no idea it would come to this.
This is a very emotional moment, but a little undercut by the theme song here. No, stop. She knows not what she speaks.
Your Majesty, I am the one who slew Acolyte Zealot.
Oof.
Oh no, it's the police. They're coming. They're coming for him.
Abort in me. Bailiff, summon a physician at once.
Is that still a bot? Is he still in there?
The physician is now attending the high priest.
Is it still Maya or him?
But there is no need to fear. Now let us continue.
What about the half of him called Maya? That's still among the living? Is she okay? Mrs. Inmate, will you tell us everything you know? The truth is, I'm a rebel, just like my husband. So, it's time. This tragedy unfolded before the rite, during the Feast of Blessings. I had gone to the rebel hideout to prepare for Dot's escape. And that's when Acolyte Zealot suddenly appeared. Yes. But I was shocked when he saw me there.
Acolyte Zealot did not know you were a rebel.
I do not believe he did. I believe he was there simply to investigate the hideout. And then he suddenly came face to face with Mrs. Inmay. So the true identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira was Prai Zealot. Yes. He was a member of the secret police, serving directly under the Minister of Justice.
The secret police?
And this is what he said to me.
I can kill you rebels with impunity. The Justice Minister has my back. Oh no. Oh, the victim actually was a mean person.
He was using his position within the secret police to deal us rebels a heavy blow. But murder sanctioned by the crown is still murder.
You know how the DC act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered. What's that supposed to mean? Let's just say I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. I mean, the trick is dead, though. I don't know why you... I guess the secret police itself are the trick, I guess. Sure. Because you got a defined attitude, like one of them dragon dupes.
The trick up Minister Inga's sleeve was Lady Kira,
But she died.
No, this can't be. My father would never.
This must be a bolt out of the blue for Rifa. Also, she just came back right at this moment. This explains why Acolyte Zalot abandoned his real name.
Yes. He even went as far as covering up the tattoo that all Krynist clergy members receive.
Lady Kira was a member of the secret police. That explains why no order was given to investigate her attacks. I guess I'm not alone in hearing this for the first time.
But, this cannot be.
Is this true? The Justice Minister is sanctioning state-sponsored murder? Yeah, that would suck. Peace! Now, Lady in me, please continue.
But I suddenly lunged at me. That's when I pushed the stone slab toward him with all my might. But I never meant for what happened next to occur.
Hold it. Oh, he's back. Buddy, come on, man. Maya's gonna go to jail for this. Come on, man. Oh, allow me to take it from here. What in me? Are you sure you're alright now? I'm sorry you had to see that. But you need not worry about me. I'm already dead. But please, we need to know what was so important that you would take your own life. After I learned that my wife had accidentally slain Zalot, I chilled his body with snow to make it seem like as if he died more recently than he did. Then I later moved it to the Plaza of Devotion and inserted a dagger into his wound. The plaza was empty at that time, for it was before prayer time had started. Finally, I placed his body in the prayer pose, knowing that no one would notice anything was wrong until the rite had concluded. It is perfectly plausible that no one would disturb him if he seemed to be praying. We do treasure our prayer time, after all.
So you admit you tried to pin this crime on Maya Fey?
Yes, this was all my doing. I never told my wife of my plan, for surely she would have tried to stop me.
This girl goes through so much. This poor woman. How did you get my Mrs. Fay's fingerprints on the dagger?
I had her hold it while we were rehearsing the rite the day before. And right before the rite, I drugged her with a sleeping agent. Then I put Lady Kira's robes over the Warbat statue.
That means Maya was probably already groggy by the time the rite started.
Finally, I ended my own life. To ensure that the crime would appear to have been by Colette Fay's own hand. But when your body was discovered, Lady Kira's robes were on the ground. Why did they end up there if they were on the statue? After I impaled myself on one of the statue's dagger like feathers, I used the last ounce of my strength to hurl my body backwards. As I did, I grabbed onto the robes, taking them with me, as I fell back onto the ground. Oh, terrible! What possessed you to do such a thing? No, seriously, dude. I mean, it could have been other ways.
You needn't have committed suicide simply to frame the accused.
Prosecutor Sadmadi, as one well versed in our kingdom's legal system, I would expect you of all people to understand.
Understand what? The kingdom's legal system. Mrs. Inme's crime.
your suicide. It can't be... That would be sadder than sad.
Why, I believe the defense knows of what the High Priest speaks.
Yes, I finally understand. This explains why the High Priest took his own life. Is it the book? It could be the... Actually, I'm not too sure. It could be the Defense Culpability Act, but that's what I'm not sure about. I'm assuming it's the defense. Although...
Take that!
Dirk's Law Book. The Defense Culpability Act. Circumstantial evidence supports Mrs. Inme killing of Acolyte Zealot in self-defense. However, it would be next to impossible to prove it without a lawyer. That's why the High Priest wanted to pin the crime on Maya Fey. Bro, if you talked to me, I could have tried. That being said, I guess I would have been killed because it would have been she was definitely guilty. Oh, actually, yeah, no, I would have died. I fail to see what that has to do with this suicide. And crying. The divination seance is the most important piece of trial evidence. The High Priest wanted to frame Miss Fey as a serial killer. It was a clever plan in which he made sure he'd see Lady Kira in his final moments. The lore speaks true. That's why I placed Lady Kira's robes upon the Warbat statue. Made it seem that Acolyte Fey was the rebel-hunting Lady Kira. Hold it! But... Are you saying you used my divination seance to produce false evidence? It's kinda actually insane. Pretty raw.
Forgive me, your benevolence. But it was the only way to help my lovely wife.
If you had approached me first, I could have proved that the murder was in self-defense.
Perhaps. But I had little faith in lawyers, despite being a rebel.
How utterly foolish to cast waste one's life for such a reason. There must have been other ways to cover up the crime.
Yet had I done so, my wife would rush to my defense. And when the case went to trial, she would suffer the same fate as I under the Defense Culpability Act. I could not have lived with myself had she been convicted because of that fiendish man!
This cannot be. All they have done under the laws of our kingdom is all been... Poor Rafa. She's really taking this hard. And she starts finally understanding that maybe this place ain't that great. But I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, I guess I kind of do get it, but there also could have been other ways, man. Like, you really just were like, yeah, I just kill myself.
Mr. Phoenix right. It is time to show the might of your legal prowess. You mustn't allow another innocent soul to be charged under that despicable law.
Of course. I'll do whatever I can.
What I have done to you and Acolyte Fey is unforgivable. I can only offer my most humble of apologies.
Your Majesty.
Yes? I ask that you please look after my wife. You have my word. Your benevolence. It is time that I return to the Twilight Realm. The Magatama of parting, if you please.
Very well. Hold it. Hold it. Your benevolence. Please. Allow me the honor. Yes, it would be more fitting for you to send him on his way.
This is in me.
Oh boy. Darling, I'm so glad I was able to see you. One last time. Thank you for everything.
I'm sorry to leave you like this, my love.
Also, thank you for putting her shirt back on. But now you can watch over me. From the world beyond.
Yes. Always and forever.
Oh man. And with every breath I take, my darling, I'll be thinking of you. Oh man, this is sad. Goodbye, dude. Aww. That feel when there's no breakdown. Farewell, my darling tourist. The closest thing we got was him yelling and then just collapsing. I guess that also was, the closest thing. The High Priest has returned to the Twilight Realm. Maya! You doing good, girl? I feel great. I guess that means he didn't leave any regrets behind. Oh! But what about the trial, Nick? It's over. It was a sad reality born of love, and a great tragedy born of the Defense Culpability Act. Well, I see no need to continue this trial. Does the prosecution have anything to say? I mean, we still didn't hear that footage. I mean, I don't know what... Mr. Phoenix, right. I owe that to you. One that I will pay back in court someday. What's that, man? What? Excuse me? Now to deliver today's verdict and overturn that of yesterday's trial. Oh, thank you, because we kind of need to do that. With respect to all current and previous charges against them, I hereby declare the accused Maya Fey and her defense, Phoenix Wright, not guilty! Butterflies. Very beautiful confetti. Yeah, but what about the recording, though? Oh. Yeah, we ended it at 4:20 p.m. Let's get fucking wasted, Maya. So I was thinking, Nick, the legal system here is really stacked against the defense. It's totally unfair. Yeah, it even forced the High Priest to make the ultimate sacrifice just to protect his wife. It's kind of insane, to be honest. It's just so sad. Protect the status quo or join the revolution. If the real Lady Kira were here, I wonder which side she would take. Yogo, you good? You have kind of like a 1,000-yard stare on the ground right there. Your benevolence. Huh? What? I was, just wondering. Are you alright? Quiet, you. How can I possibly be alright? Yeah, she's not doing well at all. I'm gonna go. Do you think you are? Suddenly appearing before me, trampling my insides underfoot, and plunging the Hall of Justice into utter chaos? You even desecrated my mother and father's teachings, you soulless infidel! Oof, that was a bit more extreme than usual. What am I to you? Well, what am I to do? I thought you were asking me something very different. I was like, excuse me? I'm just a lawyer. What am I to do? I had always believed that communing with a victim's mitama would lead me to the absolute truth. But each time you overturned my insights, it was revealed that they served to support false charges rather than the truth. I'm left now with that heavy truth in my heart. I'm sorry, Rafa. Perhaps I'm not worthy of hearing the voices of the Mitama. That's where you're wrong, your benevolence. Huh? What? Oh, that's Maya. Maya? How dare you! Your role is to bring forth the voices of the Mitama to our world. If you don't do it, who will? You know nothing, Maya Fey. It was spirit channeling, not divination seance that brought the truth to light. How dare you? Dare an outsider like you employ the Queen's secret art? But what can I do? My spiritual power does not even approach yours. Is it not a cruel joke? The royal priestess bested by a lowly outsider?
Don't be so hard on yourself.
Why not? Is it worth at least a laugh or two? You shouldn't talk like that. Huh? Listen, your benevolence. You were just fulfilling your duty, weren't you? And you're the only one capable of performing the divination seance, right? The station of Royal Priestess is not something to abandon lightly. The station of Royal Priestess? The people of your kingdom believe in you. But if you really mean all that you just said, then what are we supposed to believe in? You know not of what you speak. Actually, I kinda do. After all, I'm only here training so I can become the master of my village back home. A village master, you say? I did not know. It seems I owe you an apology. For even today, I called you a neophyte practitioner. That's alright, your benevolence. Thank you for finally acknowledging me. Future queen and a future village master. I guess it shouldn't be a surprise, considering they may have had a common ancestor.
Maya's right, your benevolence.
Bob Ted?
Your insights were a crucial piece of evidence in this last trial. It doesn't matter if they weren't always 100% accurate. You should be proud of what you did. You played an important role in assuring that justice was served.
True.
And besides, your insights aren't the problem here. It's your kingdom's legal system. Without lawyers, your insights have come to be accepted as the sole truth. And the Defense Culpability Act, which gave rise to that, is the root of it all.
But that is the dangerous thinking of a rebel. Your benevolence? As crown princess, you are destined to rule the kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true, and what is false, and most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I'm even up to that task. Knowing you, your benevolence, you're more than capable.
I never heard Maya talk like this before. She's really come a long way. What was that? What? It came from the hallway. Smoke! We better check it out. Hurry! Uh-oh. Mrs. Inme?
Mr. Wright, Acolyte Faye, I'm sorry for what transpired. You almost sentenced to death because of me.
Oh, she's no longer mourning. What's she doing? Oh? Did you just do that explosion?
I will make amends by picking up where my husband left off. I will see the revolution through, so nothing like this can ever happen again. And that is the death of my love for my dearly departed husband.
Oh, damn. She's going raw. Let's go. Hey, Inme. We gotta hurry. That voice. Is that Mr. Arable?
I must tell the people. They must learn that the peace we enjoy is a false one. One built on the backs of innocents charged with the false crimes under the odious DC Act. We have it in our power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly.
Hey there, PW. Yeah, what up? That's... I wish we had more time to talk, but... Dirk, everything's ready. It's go time. Dirk? Is he here? Oh shit, it's him. It's Dirk. Apollo's stepdad. Wait, was that the rebel leader, Dirk? After him! Don't let him get away!
power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly. It's the start of a legal revolution. Oh, that was crazy. Anyway, do you want to go get some food? Hey, Nick. I hate to bother you while you're, lost in thought, but I just got this great idea.
Well, what is it?
The Steel Samurai versus the Rebel Dirk. I bet it'd make another awesome TV show. Maya, is that what you thought? Is that after everything that just happened, after what we just saw, you're like, you know, what if the Steel Samurai fought the Rebel Dirk? How would that be? That would be kind of crazy, don't you think? And if we drew the Plumed Punisher in there, everyone would go nuts over it. I'll never get what she sees in those shows. But it's good to know that no matter what happens, Maya will always be Maya.
She's just like, I'm unfazed by all this. I've been accused of murder. I mean, she's got through a lot. The right of turnabout. That was a long ass trial. Like, really long. Oh boy. Let's talk about the case. This case is real weird. This case has a lot of issues. I think it is pretty emotional. That's pretty good. It's mostly a lot of setup for like the entire story arc that's going on. Because that's definitely what it was going on here. There's still a lot of setup for that. Despite the fact one of the seances legit was the most annoying thing. I got stuck on that seance for 45 minutes because I pressed the piece of evidence was there wasn't a wind guard, and because of the lanterns were changed because the person like turned around, and because of that, like I clicked on that lantern and it just was like, no, you have to click on it when it's in focus. Like, what are you talking? What? And it took me, because I clicked on it once, I thought, well, it's not that. So, and I just continued to, I clicked on it multiple times. I edited the video and you will see that I clicked on that shit multiple times. It was very annoying as hell. That was definitely the low point of that case. And it took us a while to get to the part where to kind of a lot of the main plot beats. It is an interesting turn to be like, oh yeah, no, actually the victim is kind of a jerk. He was the Lady Kira murdering rebels, which is interesting. Let's set up the background. Hang on, here we go. Yeah, here. It was a lot of interesting ideas. The suicide thing is still kind of is weird. Like, yeah, no, he committed suicide in order to hide the rebel hideout. Like, my dude, Maya's the only one who went up there. She already said like there's blood there, and you know, whatever. Like, I guess the body. Yeah, the body would have to be, you know, discovered. You could have just buried it. Had the rebels take the body and do something. I don't know. I guess the police would have been here when he jumped. So I guess that's why. That I can sort of wrap my head around. But it definitely does kind of suffer third case syndrome. It's mostly, it feels just like a lot of setup for the overall plot line of what's going to happen in episode 5. Basically, it's setting up for episode 5 to be like, no, it's not the museum. I'll go back there. Overall, though, you know, one of the weaker cases. I think probably the weakest case in this game so far. Which sucks because Maya's in it. It's good to see Maya again. But they also were like, yeah, let's have Maya get accused of murder again. Why not? Fuck it. We got not she gets introduced again and we're accusing her of murder again. Oh. I've been asked to redeem
to talk in Spanish for 30 seconds. Let's try to get my thoughts in Spanish for a good 30 seconds on what I think of the third case. Esto caso no es muy bueno, pero Maya está aquí. Mira la Maya. Muy preciosa. Pero es tanto, está mucho que está pasando. Está muy tanto. No es... Es un otro caso que es el tercero caso en un juego. It's attorney, and that's really it. Yeah, it's a third case syndrome. Not as bad as Big Top. Not. I don't think it's as good as the third one. No, the Apollo Justice one is the biggest problem with the Apollo Justice third case is the child gets accused of, hey yo, that kid has a gun, and the kid apparently also carried a giant man and put him in a different location. Like, what is going on here? We're still accusing this child, this small man, this small little boy of murdering everybody. It's just a lot, but whatever. I'm excited for the next one. It's, I guess, an Athena case. Athena will be, I guess, that's been the pattern, right? It goes Phoenix, Loy's back home, Phoenix, and now Loy's back home again. And the last one will be Phoenix. And this one is like something about a special episode. I think I know who's in it also, but we're just gonna leave it at that. I think that is it. I want to thank everyone coming by. We'll continue case 4 another